Hello, this is Nico, the Growing Guru, and today I'm sharing with you how I could improve Ghostprint, my nonprofit. This is for our finance class at MSU Denver, so let's spring right into it. And to start off, I wanted to say that before I started this class, when I enrolled into it, I was like, we gotta take a finance class, Like, that's gonna be boring as heck. Yeah, because finance is always, I feel like just the word finance is boring. Um, it has a boring reputation. And so I really wanted to just put this out there right away that I thought this class was really fun and engaging. The books, especially Raving Fan, which I'm now a raving fan of, are great. Like, definitely the videos and the content that Chris has shared is really cool, and it was not to be expected from a finance class. So I wanted to start off with saying thank you, Chris, for actually making a pretty engaging and realistic class, like a real world style class. So that is that was really cool. And the first point that I want to jump into from the books is I pulled this out of, man, I always forget the name. Guide to Financial Basics for Managers. And this is the revenue minus expenses equals net income. So I wanted to pull this out in the context of improving Ghostprint because right now we are running Growing Guru gardening services, which are in our that's our revenue, and our big expenses are the G3 Sanctuary is creating the G3 Sanctuary MVP. And so with this business model, we almost have zero net income because we're spending all of our money into the G3 Sanctuary, and we're putting almost all of our time into getting or doing Growing Guru gardening jobs, and it's really taxing on our bodies. And at the end of the day, it's just like we can't put in the work that we need to towards improving our financial situation, and we're really just kind of getting by and slowly building the G3 Sanctuary, when I think our next strategy, which from the completion of the G3 Sanctuary that we now have, the rough completion, we can start selling G3 nutrients, which come out of the biodigester inside of it. And they're really, I think that this technology is really amazing because, especially the biodigester part, it's allowing us to turn food waste into or trash into trees. And that's really something I think the world is ready for right now, especially because we're seeing, due to this crisis, that we are the biggest virus on this planet. The human race is a virus to this planet, and we're seeing that now that we've unburdened ourselves as much from economic pursuits and pollution really caused by those economic pursuits, that our climate and environments are cleaning themselves and going back to levels that we haven't seen in our lifetimes. So that maybe is priming people to be ready to stop wasting as much and start growing their own food, living more healthy lifestyles for themselves and for the environment. So we really think that ghostprint.org is the way to go, and our completion of the G3 Sanctuary has helped that. And that will start to earn us lots of revenue that is not with a high amount of expense, and therefore we will be able to put more funding into the G3 Sanctuary technology, such as integrating it so it's self-automated, making it so that this technology can go into cities, which is really where we see our final one looking a little bit further out. in the factor that we're going to be able to sell G3 sanctuaries and donate them at cost to those in need. And really that will hopefully, faithfully get us high enough revenue to pursue into ghost print technology, which I'm not going to get into within this one. I do want to say, though, highlight really quickly how by selling G3 sanctuaries, because the technology is so out there, I guess, in a sense, we will be able to obtain high profit margins on this because it's a technology, right? And tech companies tend to have higher margins. Therefore, we will be able to donate back as many sanctuaries as possible, um, and help. That's where we see the biggest impact, which is why we're charging hard towards getting G3 sanctuaries set up. It is a little bit further out there. We really think that is where eventually the largest impact is going to be made. So, yeah, that's what I learned from that textbook. And the next point of improving ghost print, that is the one of the only ways that we're going to be able to reach these goals that I just set out is the idea of making our company a safe place, right? And for me, being a hard charging, young 21-year-old buck, it's sometimes is it's hard for me to calm down, take a deep breath, and like make people feel comfortable. I guess sometimes I can just get caught up in myself and not make people feel comfortable. So I'm really trying to work on this, especially with our teammates, because we're taking on more teammates. And so the idea of just taking a step back from the conversation and saying and making sure it's a safe place, saying something such as, I want you to know, or wait, hold up. Saying something such as, I know this is a high, intense conversation. Um, I want to put out there, though, that this is a safe space, and I really do appreciate your feedback, and we really want to continue hearing your feedback because although it might not be implemented, it definitely helps to at least stir the conversation and maybe make a better idea in the end. So, having conversations like that, even before we get into it or as we are in the weeds, one could say, of solving a issue or resolving something, I think it's a great idea for me to keep that in the back of my mind, that I need to affirm to people that this is a safe space, even though I'm a passionate person, that I will respect their ideas and personal opinions. So it's definitely something that I want to highlight and to ingrain and click ka-ching in my mind, because it's again something that's integral to our success in achieving these goals. The final thing I want to hit on or splice into this is the factor, the plus 1%. So right now we're at like plus 90%, right? In the idea that we're springing from gardening services to online retail, which is it's really it's really different, honestly. The only similarity is that we're selling the same nutrients that we used to spray on people's gardens. So we have customer feedback on that, and we have testimonials. So it's really, I think, going to help us out that we've come from that and are moving into this. At the same time, once we have gotten ghostprint.org up and running, up and growing, I guess one could say, then we need to make sure that this plus 1% is integrated into just the daily business of things. Because if we don't keep improving, even once we are hitting financial success, then we are going to fall behind, right? And this plus 1%, I also think, will really help us to keep shifting towards those larger goals. And we might have to make more than 1% at a time shifts. At the same time, a plus 1% every week, like they said in the book, means that you're 50% ahead within a year or something like that. So that is a great point that I also want to ingrain in my mind. Cha-ching. So yeah, that's it for my presentation. Here's my work cited. I want to say, lastly, thank you, Chris, and thank you all of my classmates that have stuck with this. I know it has not been easy. It definitely hasn't been easy for me keeping up with my busy spring schedule now and this class. And I really do miss all of you. I miss seeing all of your faces, you know. Um, and I hope that we can get back to classes before I graduate and I can see everybody again. So, yeah, stay strong out there, guys. I know that out of anybody, I believe in you guys. We have an awesome profession, I think. Awesome major, group of classmates. And I'm so thankful to be in this class still. Yep. Awesome. Well, peace out from Nico, the growing guru. Let's see if I can stop this somehow. Hmm.